Değerli Asfalt Türkiye platformu izleyicileri, canlı yayın sohbetimizde yeniden sizlerle birlikteyiz. Öncelikle gösterdiğiniz ilgi ve olumlu geri dönüşleriniz için çok teşekkür ederiz. Bu bizlere ve ekibimize cesaret vermeye devam ediyor. Bugün aynı zamanda başka bir heyecanla birlikte yaşıyoruz. Dergimizin ikinci sayısının baskıları tamamlandı ve bugün dağıtıma çıkıyor. Derginin kopyasını internet sitemizde ve dergimizin okuyabileceğiniz gerçek nüshasını bizlere gönderebileceğiniz adreslerinizle sizlere ulaştırabileceğimizi lütfen unutmayın. Sosyal medya platformundan da bizleri takip edebilirsiniz. Dergimize yer alabilmek için bizlere mail yoluyla da ulaşabilirsiniz. Bu özel ve güzel günde Asfalt Türkiye ailesinden Mina ile birlikte bu programı yürüteceğiz. Merhaba Mina, hoş geldin. Nasılsın öncelikle? İzleyicilerimize de kısaca kendinden bahsedebilir misin lütfen?
Merhaba Hayri, iyiyim. Teşekkür ederim. Platformdaki ilk canlı yayınım bu. Mutluyum ve heyecanlıyım.
Evet.
Kendimden kısaca bahsedeyim. Yaklaşık 7 aydır Asfalt Türkiye platformunda kurumsal ilişki yönetimi birimindeyim. Aynı zamanda Asfalt Türkiye dergisinin içerik süresince aktif çalışıyorum. Takipçilerimize keyifli bir yayın diliyorum.
Teşekkürler Mina. Tekrardan
Ben
hoş
teşekkür
geldin.
ederim. Sağ ol.
Ben de oldukça keyifli bir yayın geçireceğimize inanıyorum.
İnşallah.
Mina bizlere Ankara'dan eşlik ederken bugünkü konuğumuz ise biraz uzaklardan olacak aslında. İtalya'dan bizlere katılıyor. Kendisi Johann Hahn, CM Makineleri Uluslararası Satış Müdürü. Çok sağ olsun davetimizi geri çevirmedi ve bizlere katıldı. Hi Johann, it's a great pleasure to see you again after 3 months. And first of all, thanks for not refusing our invitation, and thanks for your time, and thanks for joining our broadcast from far, far away. And how are you? How is life going on Italy?
Hello, Alper. Hello, Mina. Thanks for invitation. I appreciate very much. I have been, as you said, 3 months ago in Istanbul, in Turkey, to visit you. It was a great pleasure for me. I visited Turkey for many times. I started 95 when I started with Wirtgen, and the last time was in August this year. I had time also to see your platform, very professional. Compliments. I haven't seen many in other countries, just focusing on asphalt. So my compliments and my pleasure to be invited by your team.
Thank you so much. It's a great pleasure for us as well. And welcome again to do Asfalt Turkey stream, and we highly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And as you mentioned, we have known each other for 5 years. We had been in the same team for another company before. And I know you have a very, very deep experience on construction machines, and especially in paving business, in all segments. And but could you please tell about yourself for our audience and for our followers, in which companies you work for, in which positions you covered, and what are you doing for your current company, CM Machinery, right now?
Well, I started my career in Germany because I'm German. So I worked for Wirtgen from 95 to 97. I was the export manager for the Middle East, so I had the responsibilities also for Turkey, for the Middle East countries like Egypt and Lebanon, Syria, Iraq. So I traveled already at that time to Turkey, and I was responsible for developing the rental business in Turkey for court planners. From as I said, that was until 97, 2 years. Then I had a chance to be hired by the Bitelli company in Italy. They were looking at that time for a Middle East manager for all the paving industries. So I joined in 97 Bitelli, responsible for Africa and the Middle East. So I had to look for dealerships, and I have to give training on machines. I was involved in developing new machines which were requested in my market. In 2000, as many of you know, Bitelli has been acquired by Caterpillar. And in Caterpillar, I had the same position, responsible for the Middle East. So it was the time I met you, Alper. I don't remember, was 2006, 2005. And then I changed position. I left Turkey and the Middle East. I was responsible for Africa, South Africa and West Africa. And at the end, in the 2012, I left Africa, Middle East. I came to Europe. I was responsible for Southeast Europe. And then I left Caterpillar actually 2019 in December, and I joined a new company called CM. This is a company, a young company, relatively new, and they are located in near Imola or Bologna, so 45 minutes from Bologna. The company is, as I said, relatively new, and I'm responsible for developing the international activities. So we are producing 3 types of pavers. I guess we are talking after more.
Yeah, and it's a great career full of paving.
Yeah, it's always paving, and we say people who stayed or lived with paving, they will always stay with paving. They will not move into other segments.
It's also a say in Turkey as well. You are right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have been as a Marco Polo in all parts of the world.
Sure.
Johann, as you know, we have a big problem now in the world, coronavirus. How is the business going on? How the COVID affect your business and total market as well?
Well, Corona is indeed a problem in terms of traveling and meeting people. The industry, however, in Europe, where I'm focusing at the moment, is not dropping too much in that segment, in road construction. Projects are going on. Money, funds are allocated. It's not a problem of an industry which is declining. The industry is stable compared to last year. The only thing is we cannot travel and meet. So people are hesitant, customers or dealers are hesitating to come to Italy, or sometimes myself, I have restrictions to go in certain countries because at my return, I have to do a 2 weeks quarantine, which is not very convenient. So I will lose time and attention.
Of course, it's not easy with this kind of problem. Johann, can you please?
Yeah. Nevertheless, I have been to Turkey.
Yeah.
Sorry. Nevertheless, I have been to Turkey. It was quite smooth. It was no controls at the airports, neither in Turkey nor in Italy. It was a little bit difficult in France. I was there 2 weeks ago. On my return, I have to do a test, and I had to stay 5 days home. So already with France, it starts. So it depends on the country where you travel. You have different conditions.
Yes, but that time you came, it was better in that time. But now the virus becomes strong again. And now, yeah, it's not good here also.
Yeah, we all wish it would recover as soon as possible in all over the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Johann, now you are working for the CM Machinery, which is also a manufacturer company. And could you please give us some information, share some details with us?
CM was founded in the 70s of the last centuries, and has been mainly a producer, or is still mainly a producer and a manufacturer of steel components. So we are designing and manufacturing steel components for such companies like Caterpillar, Marini, Bomag, Aman, Palfinger cranes, if you know. And so this is our main business. However, our management has decided some 2-3 years ago to enter into the paving business. Since we are producing chassis and screeds for other companies, the management decided to do the complete machine. So we have started in 2018 with our first model, a small pedestrian paving machine, you call it like that. And meanwhile, we have 3 models, always in the same small segment.
Okay.
Yeah. Johann, we and our followers are also wondering about the machines and the pavers that you produce. Could you please update us about your models?
Yeah, we have made a market study before starting these pavers. So the customers told us on the large, medium segment, we are happy with the manufacturer we know, like Bomac, Vögele, Dynapac. However, we are in need of some smaller pavers for very small works like trenching, bicycle roads, pedestrian roads, small parking places. So we have decided to create 2 or let's say 3 models of pavers which are not very common with the industry.
Yeah. Thank you, Johann. I have another question.
Yes.
I want to ask about the capacity of your factory. How many machines can you produce in 1 month?
Well, we have a theoretical capacity of 12 plus 4, 12 small pavers, pedestrian asphalt pavers, and 4 mid-size class pavers. So totally would be 16 for now per month.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice capacity. Yeah. And so also we and our customers are wondering about that. For example, are you ready to bring these units, these models to Turkey? And do the machines include CE certificate, which is a must in Turkey market? Could you please share some information about that?
Well, all machines, all 3 models have CE certificate, and they have also the latest technology on engines. So the Tier 5 for the F220, which is a paver between 1.1 and 2 meters width, and the small pavers have also a Tier 4, which at the moment is sufficient because of 10 horsepower doesn't fall in the strict regulations for large pavers. But theoretically, all pavers could be exported to countries like Japan or the US, which are the most strict in terms of emission standards for engines.
And Johann, is it possible to share some presentation about your company so that you can introduce your company and what you are doing better to our followers and audience, please?
Yes. Okay. So the first slide I presented the location of the company. If you're familiar with Italy, you know the area of Bologna. And in the area of Bologna, we have reputable manufacturers such as Lamborghini, Ferrari, we have Caterpillar, we have Ducati, and we have CM. So when we have visitors from abroad, they like to combine a visit to our factory with the visits of the Ferrari museum or the Ferrari factory, if possible, or the Ducati factory. In Lamborghini, I don't think that there is an access to the factory. But Bologna is a nice city, an old medieval town. Lots of things to see and to enjoy. Coming to the company profile, I prepared something for you history of the company, organization, company profiles and skills, service and solution products, list of machines, and reference if you want. So as I said before, the history in the 70s, 1974, the company was established by Mr. Catani. It became a preferred supplier of Bitelli and consequently Caterpillar until our days. In 84, we got Marini on board. In 89, we got Hahn, and so on and so on. So we have many customers worldwide famous, like Palfinger cranes, Effort cranes. We have for Komatsu some parts, but this is just recently. In 2000, CM obtained the ISO 9001 certification because this is mandatory if you're a supplier of international famous company as Caterpillar, Marini, or Hahn. They simply require an ISO 9001 certification. In 2017, Mr. Catani has decided to sold his company to Mr. Castiglione. And in 2018, the same person has decided to go into the paving or paving manufacturer segment. So we have hired know-how from other companies because we are let's say we had the know-how only to develop chassis and screeds, but not a complete machine. So from 2018 to 20, we have developed 3 types of pavers, and we will see which ones are these. The plant, we have 3 plants. Totally, the assembly machinery is about 1,200 square meters. Then we have the machining is as I said, our biggest industry, biggest turnover, a plant of 4,500 square meter. And then we have metalwork fabrication with 1,100 square meter. Company profile, you can see a little bit the turnover. We have 70 employees, all highly specialized, 18 metal workers, CNC, machine operators 15, assembly specialists, warehouse workers, foremen, 1 IT, 3 technical support, 2 sales managers, myself responsible for international accounts, and we have a manager covering the Italian market. Service and solution design. So our engineers are able to offer mechanical design service on complex CAD, CAM, 3D. So we are also, if a customer wants to have a particular part and doesn't know how to design it or project it, we can help them also to do that in our factory. We carry out every type of fully certified light and heavy metalwork fabrication. And the machining part, we have 2 CNC mechanical machining departments with 17 supervised work centers. On the service and solutions, so we carry out turnkey mechanical assembly for parts. So we do also, for instance, for machines for the aviation industry, for the airports, lifting machines, and so on. Quality policy, of course, we are certified. We have ISO, we have CE. This is part of our business if you want to grow international. I have here a video of our company in English.
CM started life in the 1970s as a small family-run mechanical engineering business in Emilia-Romagna. It specialised above all in the precision machining of mechanical parts for third parties. Over the years, both the number of workers employed and the company's turnover rose steadily, allowing CM to satisfy a growing number of increasingly demanding clients. During that period, the company's strengths lay, above all, in its willingness to invest continuously in technology by purchasing cutting-edge, high-precision CN machines. Then in 2017 came the change that was to transform CM from a small family-run concern into an enterprising business of both national and global interest. The Castiglione family entered the company together with a group of minority shareholders. At the moment, the company...
Next slide. Here you see our range of pavers, which we have today. We started with the smallest CM 175. This has been developed about one and a half years ago. It's our best seller. It's easy because the other two have been ready only this year. So the CM, the F180 has been released for sale only this month, and the F220 has been released for sale last month. So the 175 was released in 1919, and that was the only model we could sell until this month. Main features of this small paver: we have a Hahn diesel engine, 7.6 kilowatt, about 10 horsepower at 3,000 RPM. It's a tier 4 final. And as I said, the engine in this small class, it doesn't affect any restrictions. So you can have even tier 3 in, but we have decided to go directly for the 4 to have an advantage versus the competition. On the steering, hydraulic power steering. The hopper is a 1.2 ton capacity. Dimensions, as you see, the machine is loaded from the side by loaders, wheel loaders or skid steer loaders. So dimension is 2.05 because most of these loaders, they have a bucket of 2 meters or less. On the conveyor, we have a reversible conveyor with hydraulic control, 2 reversible independent augers for a better paving quality. On the screed, we have a hydraulic extendable, so minimum is 80 centimeters, maximum is 1350. And with 2 mechanical extensions, we can come to a maximum of 1750 millimeters. The paving thickness is limited to 10 centimeters, which is sufficient for such a small machine. And the screed heating system is with gas. Later on, I will explain some more details on the future machines. Application, what I said, we have interviewed customers for their needs, and they said a small machine for trenchings, walk at bicycle ways, parking lots would be a nice one. Of course, price production is also important. They don't want to spend 150,000 euros for a machine for such simple jobs.
Sure.
What we have advantage, as I said, we have the know-how and the technology to do our own fabrication, assembling, manufacturing of steel and metal components. Here you see a picture of the production line, and all these parts, the chassis and the screed are in-house produced. So we don't rely on any third-party supplier. And this is a big advantage. Coming to the advantages in details, So we have competition, of course. When we designed the machine, of course, we watched what the competition has and what customers want to add on their machine. So on the engine, they have a smaller, inferior 6.3 kilowatt diesel tank, 5 liter. Here we don't have really a big advantage, so it's just some horsepower more. But then we come to the screed, which is the most important part of a paver. So if you see our machine has exchangeable sole plates. That means this is the part which is in contact with the asphalt, and this, after, let's say, 2,000 hours, has to be replaced, whereas the competition has no sole plates. So if the bottom part is worn after 2,000 hours, you have probably to overhaul the complete screed. Then another advantage is the screed segments. The screed is composed of 4 segments, so each segment can be adjusted in height. You have some bolts on each segment. You can lower and raise each segment, whereas the competition has not such a device. Next slide is, again, the screed. This is called the angle of the screed. So if you pave thicknesses of 8 to 10 centimeters, you have to, of course, adjust a little bit the angle so that the material flows smoother under the screed to have less resistance in front of the screed. So you adjust the angle of just 2-3 degrees, so the material goes smoother, enters smoother under the screed. So this is important attachment for me, whereas the competition has a fixed screed, still at the same thickness, 8 to 10 centimeters. Then we have a screed with vibration system for better compaction quality. Whereas the competition offers a vibration system only under optional equipment. We have put the vibration directly in the standard because we think a paving without vibration is not bringing the proper quality of compaction. Then what we have, the steering. We have a 4-wheel machine, front steering with 2 front wheels and oscillating. That gives you more stability during the operation, and of course a better grip and traction. If one wheel enters in a hole, you can move out easier, whereas the competition has 1 wheel in the front that is definitely less stable, and the risk to get stuck in a hole. What else? We have the paving depth control. Our machine has a hydraulics with a hydraulic cylinder, whereas the competition has a kind of manual lever. As you can see, you have to control the depth mechanically. On the hopper, we have the capability to mount the side wings, which is increasing the diameter of the hopper. So it depends what loading excavators or loaders the customer has. You have with these adjustable side wings, you can increase the capacity of the diameter of the hopper. The competition is using a kind of bunker, which is sold extra with the machine. And this bunker has more or less the same capacity than our hopper. But it's, as I said, it's an optional, and you have to buy it extra. At Auger Transmission, we have a patented auger system which allows you to operate the left and right auger system independently. This is important, especially on larger thickness, like you have 7 or 8 centimeters, where you have to control the material in front of the screed very precise. So you cannot afford to just have a simple back and forward auger system. You have to have independently control the left and the right one. Since this is a CM patent, competition obviously has not such a device. Then a small but important detail: if you stay in the back of on the screed, you operate it, you want to see what is the thickness. We have a visibility plate. It's a plate showing the thickness. It's somehow better visible. It's not 100% a solution, but you can see the thickness from behind, whereas the competition has the scale somehow in the middle and not at all visible for the driver. And then we have the possibility to mount a second wheel in the back of the axle. Normally the machine comes with 4 wheels, but we can add another one for better stability. A single wheel is important if you stay within a trench line of 80 centimeters, so you can even pave within a tram, for instance, a tram railway. You don't need to add a second wheel, but it's important to stay within the lines. The competition has only a rear twin wheel system, so their machine has 4 centimeters more, and obviously cannot work in trenches of 80 centimeters. So 80 centimeters is the basic minimum width of the screed. So we have to stay within that width. Then we have a system to control the flow of the material. So if it's too much material in the hopper, we can close the part of between the auger and the screed. So we have an adjustable gate with 3 positions. So 1, 2, 3. 3 is very open, 1 is very close. You can monitor the flow of the material. The competition has not such a device, as a basic frame in the back. Now, the next model is the F180T. As I said, it was just released this month. We have made some testings in our yard. The machine has a Yanmar diesel engine, a little bit more horsepower. It's a 10 kilowatt machine at 3,600 RPM. The steering is electro-proportional. The hopper capacity is the same, so same as the 175. Reversible conveyor with hydraulic control, dependent. Reversible augers. This is an optional, but it's important for the operation. The screed is the same as for the 175, and gas heating system with electronic ignition. Here I don't have any other presentation, since we are the only manufacturer in the world of such a paver. So I don't have any competition slides to show you. The next model has been released last month. We have also made internal testing. We have done also testings with Asfalt with customers, as this is a more sophisticated machine. Of course, we have to make our proper tests. On that machine, we have a engine Perkins model 404J, stage 5. So a water-cooled machine, 45 kilowatts at 2,800 RPMs. This is a bigger machine. You can pave city roads, you can pave parking lots or national roads even. Hopper capacity is 4.2 ton. The hoppers are independent controlled, so you can lift the left one up, the right one simultaneously. Reversible conveyor with hydraulic control, same as the small two independent and reversible control augers. This is meanwhile standard in all the machines. On the street, we have a minimum width of 1.2 meters. With hydraulic extensions comes to 2.2. You can add 2 mechanical extensions to come to 3 meters. Or if you have to do a trenching job or a small paving job, you can have a reduction element to make a minimum width of 50 centimeters. This paver can pave maximum 20 centimeters. A machine is available in 2 versions, gas or electric, but as you know, gas is on that size of machine has been nearly eliminated all over the world. So electric will be the most required. The machine is coming in both versions, of tamper and tamper on vibration system. Here's a slide showing our engine compartment. So Perkins, as I said, stage 5, water cooled. We have a 3-phase generator, 10 kilowatt ampere. It's a GTS model from Germany. And this is about on the 220, as I said, we have released it last month. We have sold 1 unit to a company who has tested it for us. So they purchased it. And
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. More machines have to come. The project is to show at the Summer next year in March. There's a Summer exhibition in Italy. We will come out with 2 electric-driven pavers. So the 175 and the 180 will not have anymore a diesel engine, but will have a battery. And we will show one of the models on this exhibition next year in March.
Yeah, we are looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
And the machines, all of them is great, and wish you success with the new business. And there are lots of great features which will provide advantage to the customers and operators as well. So in one day, maybe we are hoping to see 1 unit or much, much more in Turkey.
Sure, thank you. This is also my objective. I mean, a paver is a highly maintenance-intensive machine. So before you start selling to end users, my goal is to look for dedicated dealerships in the world, because I don't want to sell a machine directly to the end users. You need service, support, parts, and for now I have found 5 dealers beside Italy. I was concentrating on the main markets for pavers, so I found Germany, France, Turkey, Poland, and Italy. So that was my main goal, to look for dealerships, dedicated dealerships in the main countries. So still many countries remain, but I want to have dealers in countries around Italy to be quick in the country itself to give training, support, service. My goal was not to found a dealer in Australia or in Brazil or in the United States. So
perfect.
We start with this 5. Let's see what the future brings.
Let's see.
Yeah. Thank you, Johann, for your presentation. We are not going to bother you more than this. I have one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to know how many machines are working now and in which countries, and what is the customer's feedback?
We have started with Italy also because when you develop a machine and you never know if the machine is performing well or not, we have to act and react quickly in case of urgency and need. So we have started last year in Italy, and then we have slowly processed with the company abroad, and they have purchased a machine. Recently, as I said, I have found these dealers, and we are starting to work with them, especially with Germany and France now, but I hope also Turkey. We have sold about 15, 16 machines totally, which is in 1 year a good performance, I think. But our goal is to sell much more, and it will come with the appointment of more dealers, of course.
We hope so. And you are a new organization, and we are wondering about how are you managing the after-sales process, like spare parts and maintenance. How is this process going on with the other dealers and customers as well?
My background with Bitelli and Caterpillar is that servicing of the pavers is one of the key and challenging part of this business. To sell sometimes is very easy, but to service and to keep the parts in stock is another thing. So we have decided to keep significant amount of parts in our stock, so to cover about 96-97% of the parts requirement. That means it's a big investment for us to keep 96-97% of parts.
Huge number.
Another good thing is that we have the fully control of the production. So if a part is not available, we always go in the production line and take a part away from the machine and ship it by courier to the customer, to the dealer. So after sales support is key if you're producing pavers.
Okay, and thank you so much for the detailed information. Anyone, anything would you like to add, Mina?
Yeah, I thanks so much. I really appreciate for the time you gave us. I hope to see you soon in Turkey. Thank you so much.
It's always a pleasure to come to Turkey. This time it's your turn. I have been in August to Turkey. I invite you to come to see our factory. It's, as far as I know, there is no big restrictions between Italy and Turkey. So
yeah, we are waiting restrictions to end, and also we are looking forward to seeing you and your factory and the machines that's working on the job site. And thanks for the constructive season we had, and thanks for your time, Johann. And I think it has been a pleasant and efficient program for our audience and our followers. And we are hoping to see you again, and maybe it can be a delivery for the Turkish customer, maybe for a new unit or maybe much more. And thanks for your time again, and thanks for joining our Asfalt Turkey platform.
Thank you. It is a pleasure always for me. See you next time.
Bye-bye,
Mina.